journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Uzubakun. Today on the program, security agents launch manhunt for killers of Lautech final year students and 2 others. And Nigerian Air Force kills bandit leader in Katsina. And later on the show, Nigeria wins record 12 Commonwealth Games gold medals, post best outing ever. Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Dari, will join us for the discussion. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Gani Kairi Balogun. If you're ready, let the hangout start now. Let's begin today's show by debunking some fake news about a purported comment attributed to our own BKO on the social media. In the fake news circulating on the social media, Babajide was alleged to have made some comments about the presidency of Nigeria in 2023, which is pure falsehood. We hereby urge people to disregard this particular statement. And if you want to listen to Babajide Kolade Otitoju, you watch him on Saturday on our verified handle, and you can also join Babajide Kolade Otitoju with his name is verified on Facebook, Twitter, and all other this. I'm sure my producer is working on it to get everything together. Jide will not go out of his way to write trash like this. Jide, what's this about?
The people who came up with this story are people desperate to ensure that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his running mate do not win the election. So they come up with the claim that I said the reason Northerners are supporting Asiwaju is because they think the Yamadua scenario will happen.
As if they're God.
So the same people told us that President Buhari was even dead and buried.
Yes, that
was
is Jubril that we are dealing with.
Yes.
And Jubril is looking finer and fresher till today.
So if we have told them to engage their brains, we will not make the kind of comments that they make in their closets. Cowards who sit on social media
and behind the keyboard,
abuse people. People that they are not good enough to lace their boots, they abuse them. We do not do that. There is nothing that I say that I cannot defend. I'm not a coward. I say it as it comes from my heart.
And you even make
but
comments on the Facebook page.
The kind of comments that they claim that I made, there is no way, even if I stagger out of bed,
drunk,
sleepwalking, there's no way I will make such comments. They are the ones who reason like fools like this.
Yeah.
There's no way I can say, I am a Northerner, for example. There's no way that I can say, Northerners are hoping for someone to die. It is the height of irresponsibility. It is, in my view, an example of growth without development. That a human being will sit down and write this kind of thing and claim that it was me.
So superimpose your picture.
Yes, you can see from if you look at the look and feel, that what we call lower third in TV, that's that one that we see that's written in blue. It is not TVC. It is not in line with TVC look and feel. This is not our font size. This is not our...
Everything was doctored.
Yes, you know that this is
just
not...
to give it
this is not TVC. If you look at... We don't use this kind of...
some of them go the extra mile. They even clone our fake websites, claim that TVC fake websites, and to put something to churn something, things out.
Definitely a lot of this
fake news. Yes, I heard of the 2023 election.
Yes.
We have more of this.
Yeah, just I will take it from where he ended it. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Because the level of technology that were deployed during the Trump election 4 years ago will show you that people will do anything desperately. We are even lucky there's something that we can verify, because now they are doing voice. They will slice and dice voices.
Yes.
Take on other. This is a man who speaks regularly every day. That's about 1,000 tapes that they can dice and slice and join together. And then you have to know Jide to know it's not Jide that is talking.
Jide, finally on this, can't we keep it clean ahead of this 2023 thing? I've seen campaign that's, it's more destructive and we might not recover from this after 2023. You remember this trend started in 2011. After the 2011 election, the backlash, people were killed in the north. People did not recover from the 2015 blow. Now 2023 is looking that it's going to be, I don't know.
The 2015 election was sharply divided us as a country.
Till now.
Yes. The issue of religion was brought into it. And now it's even getting worse. It's getting worse. The individuals who stock in trade is to destroy other people because they can't win an election in a free and fair manner. They need to clean up their acts. Abusing people, calling people names.
That model was adopted in 2015, did not work.
It didn't work. So that's not how to win an election.
Market your candidate.
There are some people who have chosen to hate us because we said, let the presidential primaries of the APC be a level playing field affair. Don't impose. That was what we asked for.
Yielded to that call.
Yes. Why did he yield to that call? Mr. President is not a fool like the people who wanted him to impose a candidate. Among the people contesting, a good number of them had been very good to him.
They're his friends.
So
friends.
He did not know how he could favor this one and then refuse to favor this one. You understand? So at the end of the day, he had to let... This was not what they wanted. Some will say, oh, Jide can die because of Tinubu, this and that. I have never campaigned for Asiwaju Tinubu on this program. I've challenged people to mention when I told Nigerians to vote for him. All I've said was, let it be free and fair. If you don't do that, you will destroy your party. Let it be. So how can asking for a free and fair election be interpreted to mean
no, they'll tell you.
It's Tinubu that is winning.
They will insinuate what they want you to know.
Yes. How can it mean that I am saying Tinubu must win? Anybody could win. If you did your homework well, you can win.
What we are saying, majority agrees with you.
Yes, let it be. Because you saw what happened at the convention, where adults were weeping like babies because they took away what was rightfully theirs. And I didn't want that to happen. So we pushed and said, let there be open this thing. Clearly, some people were hoping to win only through imposition. So those people now, up till now, they still have not recovered. They are not happy that at the end of the day, the wish of those of us who are true Democrats was what prevailed. This is what is going on.
Yes, and there's always an extension not to watch the popular things that, we don't watch again.
It's a lie. It's a lie. We know that they are lying. When they say that, we know that they are lying. But don't damage people. Don't lie against people in the way you are doing. It's childish. Don't lie against. Let's have a healthy campaign. Let's focus on what the candidates need to do for us. We all want a greater Nigeria. That can be something. Yes, we are. All of these people behaving like they love Nigeria more than the rest of us. They can't even take half of the risk that we take for our country. Oh, it's not a do or die affair. Your candidates support your candidates. Don't lie against people. Don't behave like you are God. Only God has the power over life and death. Yes. They said Buhari was going to die. Today...
No, they said he's dead.
No, wait. They first started that. They said he will not survive. When they were taking him abroad, they said he will not survive. The man not only survived, Mohammed McCarthy would die. They were even mocking him that he had intestines made of rubber.
He's still alive. The state, known as Operation Bust and Western Security Network, codenamed Amotekun Corps, found forest in Aba Surulere local government area in search of killers of the final year student of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Lautech. Ogbomoso, a US-based hotelier, and one other person. The security invasion led to the arrest of some suspects. Meanwhile, more bad boys are getting a bloody nose from security agents. A series of bombing raids by the Nigerian Air Force in Safana local government area of Katsina State led to the death of a notorious terrorist leader known as Abdul Karim. The bombing also saw 7 of his men killed. Today, let's start from Ogbomoso, this Lautech thing. I felt bad, and I almost, something that reviewed a stand that, look, it's not worth it to just stay in this country, because the level at which people are living this country, when you want to look at it, this person came from, the US.
Remember the man who from Okeogun, who also came from abroad?
A farmer.
Yes, to set up a farm.
Yes.
So the same
that
fate.
was what caused the Sunday Igboho uprising.
Yes, it was the same fate that befell him. They kidnapped him, and eventually they took his life. In this case, I don't know if you've listened to the audio. There's an audio clip. It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. Yes, he was saying that blood was no longer flowing to every part of his arm. That they should at least loosen the rope. But these guys did not listen. Clearly, they were expecting a humongous sum of money. But as the relation who was speaking to them was saying, this guy took money from the bank to set up. So it's not as if there is cash somewhere. They expected that, okay,
they had
that they even kept money at home. He said even if he's looking for money, they still have to reach the bank. They were not listening. The guy was struggling with his Yoruba, I was abusing them, threatening them. These are not human beings that we are dealing with. One of my biggest regrets is that we allowed these guys to spread their tentacles before we crush them. Every time you do that as a nation, you regret it. This was the same way we treated Boko Haram. Yes. Now they're everywhere. Look at the innocent final year student who felt Haidu at home and decided to take up a job in the hotel. They killed her as well. So it's anger that prompts some of these that they expect that they will get so much money. We said it before that, look, the prayer is let God not allow you to be kidnapped. When you are kidnapped, you could die. Because these guys they are animals. We are dealing with animals. They are constantly. There was someone that I was responding to on Facebook, because Nigerians don't even understand how some of these things work. Some Nigerians have never been victims of kidnapping. None of their relations had been victims. So somebody said, anytime they kill someone, it must be because a relation facilitated. This is not true. There are people who are permanently on drugs. Once you kidnap them and they can't have access to those drugs, it's a matter of hours. They can die. I've told you this story.
It's not there are people out of 10, like 7 down drugs.
Then
pressure.
Okay, look at the man that was kidnapped, the man that came from the US that was kidnapped. Why did they shoot him? Because they were moving them constantly and he could not walk. He could not, that rigor was too much for him. So they didn't want to keep, they could not see themselves carrying him. So in anger, they just shot him.
Can you imagine?
So you will now say it's because somebody identified. No, the real kidnappers, they don't interface with the people who bring ransom. There is a different group that arranges for ransom and tells you where to drop ransom. They are in the bush. They don't come out. They don't know how these people operate. People just make comments. You don't see them. You that you are paying ransom, you will not see them. They are not fools.
Now very organized.
They are organized. It's someone else that will tell you, okay, put the money here, put the money there. Do you know now that even it's not in the bush alone that they collect ransom. Even they can say, go to so hotel at this time. An old hotel in Kaduna, Amdala, they arrange for ransom to be picked up at Amdala. Just recently. So to imagine that, oh, it is the same people in the bush that you will now take the ransom to. No, that's not how it operates. They will be the one to now tell you, okay, go and take your person at so place. They will have moved him to a place where you will now receive the pay. Sometimes it's the cops that you find.
Especially our brethren abroad, it's not the best time to say you want to come and do one burial, you want to come and, in a remote part of the country. I cannot guarantee anybody's safety. Right now, the way it's looking, because these guys, they act on intelligence, they have information, they know the expatriates coming, they know people coming in and out.
It's a whole business, as you are aware. And I keep telling people, and they don't seem to understand. If you look at those who are caught in the forest, look at their skin, look at the way they look. It's obvious that they are just
Iran boys.
That the real kidnappers are somewhere in our midst. Who knows the terrain, who know what to do, who know what to do with the money. And a lot of people believe that most of them are trained, or people who have passed through the training in the armed forces or the police. And they are not really you and me.
Discharged.
Most of them are either dismissed, discharged, or even some serving officers. So the Americans will say, when in trouble, remove the impossible. They face the possible. So what we need to do now is very clear. You cannot allow this thing to continue to fester. Ogbomoso is at the deep end of Yoruba land. In fact, in the old days, Ogbomoso was the border town of the Yoruba country. So this is a warning to everybody who assume that because we keep saying that the Southwest is relatively safe, everything will work.
Something like that.
Everybody is keen to this problem. So because I spoke to the DCP of your state, Waida Ilara, and he said that what they are trying to do is to be proactive. And I'm glad that they are working with Amotekun and working with the security network. Because that's the only way for us to solve this problem. These people know the forests, hunters, vigilantes. They know every nook and cranny. And now that the police themselves are trying to just assume, okay, with this hotspot, let's cleanse it before it becomes.
The land they even made some arrests already. So when they made the arrest, you then have to come and defend yourself, and they will do some profiling before they know what to do. There is rumor that a brother.
As an informant,
It's a lie.
It's debunked.
It's a lie. In fact, I went to a sister that you know very well. I went to her wall. I saw people saying, no, the brother confessed. Absolute falsehood. At no time did they arrest any brother. You know when these things happen, and our people are always eager to say, okay, this. Do you know the medium that published that story? By the time we went back there in the morning, they have pulled it down, meaning that it's fake news. It's fake news. The same way they told us that the president of Chad, that his son who took over killed all the presidential guards. And we would tell them sometimes they will be arguing. So there's nothing like this, the brother to the deceased being linked. The police have not said that to anyone. So it's just the figment of the imagination of the liars who are on social media, who are using all kinds of... everybody is a journalist now. No filtration. People just sit down, they concoct stories, and the rest of us believe.
Editing is there.
Yes, because they have phones, and we tend to believe them.
Do you know the second part of this story is the Air Force, the Nigerian Air Force, they spoke the language that these terrorists understood. And they took out one of their leaders. It was even reported on BBC, and this Abdul Karim guy.
Yes, hopefully we'll get the Air Force to even provide more facts, because beyond what happened in Katsina, the Air Force also killed ISWAP leader in the northeast. They killed a major ISWAP leader in the northeast. You know, the chief of air staff launched Operation Show No Mercy. The chief of air staff doesn't talk. is someone who keeps to himself. When he granted me that exclusive interview that he has not done with anybody since then, I literally forced him. I literally forced him. And I did the interview with my phone, you know. But he knows what he's doing.
No, it's better you show us action.
He's someone who
without action.
You know that he was an Alpha Jet pilot, so he understands the game. He's already told his people, look, this is what we want. Don't show them mercy. That's what we want to see. We want to see coordination on the part of the security forces. We need, this is the Tucano, we need them to deal decisively with these guys. Honestly, thanks to the Air Force and the armed forces generally, we are doing a good job in the Northeast. I just want to see that replicated.
All over the country.
Yes, I know that it's a big, big challenge because of the size. You know, look at Niger alone. You know, more than 10,000 square kilometers. Bigger than
the Southwest.
I mean, even a local government, Bogu local government, is more than 10,000 square kilometers, which means it's bigger than many states. So how do you then protect the whole country? It's a massive challenge, but I know that they will keep doing their best under the leadership of Oladayo Amao.
And some people have been advocating that security agencies that they need to bring in, shop the manpower, and we need more people, more policemen,
I think
more guys in the military. That the ratio of the population of this country compared to the people that
bandits are probably even more than us, more than our soldiers. I mean,
our policemen, because the Safari alone, like the governor said, 30,000. How many men are in uniform? Nigerian police.
I have a video of them, of recruitment of bandits. If you see how many of them are on ground, you'll be scared.
When unemployment rate is 33% as at 2002. So the recruitment for criminals.
No, they don't even need to make so much effort. They will find people. If you see the crowd.
Because you have to understand. That's already the best news I can pick from this is the fact that they are targeting the leaders of the bandits and the terrorists. Because that's the best strategy. It's not, no matter how many people you kill, as far as they are full soldiers, they will be replaced.
The ideologies.
Just go to the head of the serpent and cut it off. And keep cutting it off until they run out of strategies. I think that's a very good one, because that shows that intelligence is working. We've always complained on this program about lack of intelligence, and that we are just shooting in the dark. But now, not only do they know those they are targeting, they know their names, and they know their
position. Know them, they know where they are.
And that to me is key in this war. Because the only thing you can use that power for is this. Look for the leaders, take them out.
Just take them out.
Look for the leaders,
precision.
And our monopoly of air power, we should also maximize it. That's
yes. It's just the sheer size of the challenge. Otherwise, we have the tools, we have the equipment that can deliver justice to these people, you know. But the people who say, you know, the Northeast alone is a big challenge, not to talk of North Central and the Northwest.
Okay, you know? Let me pick this call. Uche is calling us from Abeokuta in Ogun State.
Yeah, good evening, Ayo.
Good evening, Uche. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Babakide.
Good evening.
The professor himself.
Thanks.
Professor Babakide, I greet you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, good evening,
How are you?
Yeah, this is Uche calling from Abeokuta in Ogun State.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Babakide, I think this good news we are hearing now, we want this good news to continue because things are actually getting out of hand, and
yes.
if this to be allowed to go that trajectory, that means this 2023 election will not hold. But with this good news we are hearing today, yes. I think it's giving us some hope. And also, my brothers in the Southeast, please, let them do something about it. This month now marks it 1 year that this sit at home is still happening. I still made a call today in the east, and the sit at home is still happening as we speak. And even the police people are going on sit at home. The police people are still going on sit at home. It's quite unfortunate. So let's do something about it. If it is possible solution, let it be done. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu. And because I know that once because just like Osiare is saying.
Thank you, Uche. Thank you for your contribution, Uche. All right, we'll take this break. When we come back, we'll talk more. This is Journalist Hangout. Please don't go away.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
Join me, Precious Amayo, as I bring you news from the epicenter, where it happens and when it happens, staying on top of every breaking story, minute by minute, right at the hour when the city gets busy and just before it sleeps. We're live from every angle with objective insight and analysis. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Welcome back. It's your favorite news and current affairs program on TV. We're reaching you live from TVC News here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I still have Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Gani Kaide Balogu in the studio. The 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, United Kingdom, is like no other for Nigeria in many respects. First, it was a sporting event in which female athletes shone like million stars, having garnered 12 gold medals in the men's and to men's zero. Also, it was a record-breaking event for athletes like Toby Amushon, who created Games record of 12.30 seconds in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Issa Brume, with a record of 7.00 meters in the long jump event, and the female 4 by 100-meter relay team that won the country's first ever gold in the event at the competition with an African record of 42.10 seconds. Above all, it is Nigeria's best outing ever at the Commonwealth Games in the 72 years, with 12 golds, 9 silver, and 14 bronze medals, giving a total haul of 35 medals. Let's share some of the eye-catching performances with you.
Break the record.
Women's 100-meter hurdles. The world record holder, the defending champion, goes in 5. Watch for Amazan. She's fourth from the left-hand side. Tapper's got away well, and Amazan's under a little bit of pressure. Now beginning to pull away the world champion, the world record holder. She's on her way to a successful title defence. Semba's on the podium, and so too Charlton of Bahamas. Their first medal, 12.129. Cometh the hour, cometh the champion. It's a successful title defence and a games record by a country mile. Amazan is on fire this season, and she has forgotten how to lose. Brilliant by the Nigerian, simply brilliant.
Well, 12.29 is special, ending under 12.3, super fast. Only a handful of women in history have gone quicker than that. And the wind, it was minus 0.2.
Froome has registered a no mark on her first jump. She is not going to want to do that again here. And oh, that is big, but that was very close to the board. I mean, she looks confident. That has been a valid jump, and if that is, that just might take the lead from Deborah Akwa of Ghana. Oh, 1 centimeter. Tim, I don't think you could be more perfect.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was perfect because she made a little adjustment. There were a couple of little stuttery steps before the board, but that is a massive effort.
Julie, in the midst of bad news, that's, you know, anytime you think about Nigeria, you think about everything going bad and everything, but this is, you know, we have a reason to cheer up.
Yes.
It's not, there's lights at the end of our tunnel.
We have every reason to be happy as a country because the athletes have done us proud. What has happened with the women has happened before to the men. When the men completely dominated, won all the gold medals, and the women didn't win any gold. So it's like history somehow repeating itself, a kind of role reversal. So people shouldn't castigate our men. This thing has happened before, and the women didn't win any gold, and the men are the ones who won for at the same Commonwealth Games. So, but by and large, we've seen evidence of good management of our athletes. We are winning events that we had never won before. We had never won the 4x100 meters women at the Olympics. I mean, at the Commonwealth Games. But look at this young team. Probably the youngest team of sprint relay runners that we ever put together. Look at what they've done. At the Olympics, they came fourth, but they erased the 30-year-old African record held by Marion Yali, Beatrice Utondo and co. Now, they've erased that same record that they created. In under 2 weeks, they've erased it and set a new one. I am really, really impressed with our athletes. It's a Brume, Toby Amotion. I think the second leg, hopefully, did very well before giving it to Chukwuma, who along the bend created a massive gap that they could not cover. By the time the anchor leg, who is Nigeria's fastest woman, Nwokocha, by the time she got the baton, the race was already as good as won.
It's a very good time to be a Nigerian. You can just see in Africa, you can just see where we're standing.
We are the best in Africa in athletics.
And not just winning the gold medal, but in athletics, that gold medal, most of them were record shattering.
Yeah. I want to commend the girls for making us proud. It's one of our lowest moments with inflation and everything, and they lifted our spirit. So for that, I give them kudos. But we must also remember that when we have a young team, the best thing is to make sure that they go for higher laurels. The Olympics, now we have a world champion, we have Commonwealth champions, now we need to have Olympic champions. That's the lot too. Because if we can get all the three with the same set of girls,
yes,
it will be the very best history can
We had never produced a world champion. But this year, we produced a world champion in Amotion. Hopefully, we'll see Ese Brume, become a world champion as well.
Reason to cheer.
Because that is the peak of it. So, with good management, The stars have always been here. The talents have always been here. But they need to be properly managed.
Okay.
And we are seeing the result of proper management of our athletes. The other day we were speaking with Mary Onyali. I was really impressed.
She said they're working on them. They're working on them. They're working on them, and we can see.
And we are seeing the result.
The results of the work.
You know, she's not pained that her record was broken. She's happy.
Okay, let's joining us live from our Abuja studio for more discussion is the Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Dare. Congratulations, Honorable Minister SD. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bonanza.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure Nigerians don't know.
Congratulations
know you
to all of
Bonanza.
us. Every Nigerian.
That, oh, yes, we might not have good news when it comes to football. We might have missed the World Cup, but this Commonwealth game, Honorable Minister, what did you do differently? What is the trick here?
Well, thank you so much, the Hangout crew, for having me. And I think that the focus really should be on our athletes because they have persevered. Before I became minister, some of them had started on that career. But in the last 3 years, we have seen them really grow and develop. They have invested a lot of hours, a lot of sweat, working on various programs, both our national programs to our federations, through the collegiate system, since most of them are in the NCAA circuit. And then we've seen them compete in several international competitions and championships. So I think first, the athletes made this happen. And I want to give all the credit to them. What we have done at the level of the ministry and the sports at the federations that we have is to keep faith with the plans we have for them. We have 38 federations, but we decided we were going to go with 9 of our federations where we have competitive advantage as a country. We did some benchmarking, we did some scientific review, and we pulled out the card of smart sports. So wherever we find that Nigeria is not in the ranking between 1 and 50, we knew it was going to be a long shot in the dark. Countries now go to competition where they know they can get the medal, not just to compete. So that's why we've seen our athletes who have honed their skills over time, went out there and carried out a ruthless execution of their skills along other good ones across the world.
Okay, now the crisis over athletes' allowance being in international competition, but the 2022 Commonwealth Games was different. How did this happen?
I want to give that credit credit to President Muhammadu Buhari.
Okay.
And I will explain briefly. When we go for such international competitions, we need presidential intervention fund, because our budgets are not able to contain the huge amount of money needed. Normally, there is a gap between approval and cash backing. But in this instance, we've had a president who has been able to bridge that gap. So the early release and timely release of our fund, almost 90% of what was needed, played a key role. The prioritization of what we needed to do as a ministry played another key role. We have about 7 or 9 international competitions this year. We knew our budget cannot cover all of them. So we prioritized and chose 4 of them. For instance, we chose Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, World Championship. That was where we produced the 4th world champion. That's Toby Amusa, who is now referred to as the Rocket, Toby Express. But also, we knew Commonwealth was another big ticket. So we made sure that we conserved enough funds. But we also decided our athletes, I had been an advocate of athletes' welfare. And I've received full support from Mr. President. Every request for supporting our athletes have been approved by Mr. President. So we sat down and said, in terms of how to spend this money, athletes' allowances, bonuses, and award money must take priority and must happen within 48 hours of the start of the games. So before most of them even competed, they were already collecting their allowances. We increased certain allowances. We introduced new bonuses. But we also had an engagement. We carried them along. So I think that made a difference. Where we had a few challenges, we were able to engage with them on time because we had an open book. And I think the Federation also, AFN, Athletics Federation of Nigeria, did a lot also working with the athletes. I give a lot of credit to them. I give a lot of credit to the athletes, to the coaches, the technical crew. And I think from lessons learned from the past, we were able to bring it all together. We had a checkbox, make sure we checked all the boxes in a timely fashion. 3 months before the Commonwealth, we had a total of 21 meetings at various levels, just to make sure we covered all the bases. Again, you know, nothing is 100%, but we gave it our best shot.
Now, Nigeria broke many records at the Games. What does this portend for sports in the country?
Going forward.
You know, I think we need to talk about those records. Because let's
go.
Okay.
Go ahead. Talk about that.
What does the fact that we broke some records and we did very well, our best performance ever, what does this portend for us in our country going forward?
Well, I think it signposts a better future for
like.
Are you hearing me?
Yes. Can I respond now?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. You know, technology, there's a bit of delay back and forth.
Okay.
All right. So it signposts the great possibilities that lie ahead of our sports development. On the one hand, it signposts the fact that Nigeria has talents, sporting talents. And it marks a cusp in the development of our sports and the trajectory of our performances at the highest level. That this country has a crop of athletes, young talents, especially our youth, who, if properly managed, if properly supported, if put on a template of a program that works, can compete with the very best in this country. But also, it also tells us clearly that talent hunting at the grassroots, nurturing them early enough, and then giving them the opportunity to compete. The government must sponsor them to qualifying series, to championships, to competitions, give them all these opportunities. It prepares them and hones their skill for the tough competitions ahead. For my experience, also behoves on us as a country to make sure that these young ones from the Commonwealth are not let go. We manage them with the federations, we put them on a pen template, we get grants for them to support them. That will be very critical. Keeping our quartet for the 4x100 relay team is key. Look at what they did. First time we're getting gold in that category. This same team went to Oregon and broke and set a record. They came to Commonwealth and broke the record they set at Oregon. You could just see the raw talent. So we must keep them. And also for the men, we hope to get better. What they got there at Commonwealth, the last time we got such a podium performance was 27 years ago. What the girls did was 30 years ago. So you see, when you look at the statistics, beyond the gold medals, beyond the silver medals, beyond the bronze medals, if you look at the statistics of our performance, so many records broken, new records set, is massive. And as a ministry and as a government, we will settle down. We're going to mine this data. We're going to sit with these athletes through the federation. We're going to see what program they can put them on. We're going to see what support we can give them. And so I think that will be critical.
Honorable Minister, let's talk about the Adopt an Athlete program initiative that you came up, that you instituted. What impact did this Adopt an Athlete policy have on these games? And what kind of reward can we expect from it going forward?
Thank you very much, Jide. I think that what is important is that before we came up with the Adopt initiative, which we launched December 2019 in Lagos at the Civic Center, my team did a slight review, talking with some athletes and also federation presidents. We wanted to find out very clearly what were the things that were militating against excellent performances by our athletes. Why are we not getting the optimum results? And three things came out. Most of them were struggling because they didn't have grants. They didn't enjoy scholarships. Their only means of livelihood was through their sports. And in a country where sports was not a business, there's no branding, and etc., they couldn't make enough income to survive. So they spent so much time trying to earn a living rather than spend time on the track or also practicing. So we found out that giving them financial support directly will make a difference. We looked at their profiles. Most of them had compelling profiles. They had won medals at the Commonwealth, at various world championships. So they were good brands, they were marketable. And we went forward, we said we need to leverage private sector. Government funding was no longer possible. So when you have home-based athletes collecting, being adopted and getting $10,000, we delivered for 38 of our athletes. We got support from Access Bank, Fidelity Bank, UBA, Zenith Bank. It made a difference for them. And I think that when you look at the results we have now, you cannot really take that out as one of the contributing factors to their success. Because when an athlete does not have to really worry about how to fund the equipment, how to pay for health insurance, how to pay his or her coaches, then the problem is half solved.
Honorable Minister, on the final note,
sustain this
and
get better cooperation from the
Commonwealth Games
organization, it will help.
And so finally, the Commonwealth Games, we had this dominance by female athletes. What is going to be the incentive moving forward to make sure we encourage parents, encourage these athletes to come out more? Can you hear me? Yes, sir. Talking about the Toby Amushas of this world, the dominance of female athletes.
How to tap them young.
What's been done to encourage parents to allow their female wards to take part in sports? Because Amusan was talking about how her dad got very angry with her for getting involved in sports.
Well, Jide, you know, the truth be told, when you look at basically our medals, the contribution of the female athlete is massive. And we hope that we can use these female athletes as mentors that will help to get more female people involved. But also, I think for us, both the male and female athletes are important. I haven't seen the level of success achieved at the Commonwealth. I haven't seen the efforts by government and private organizations in this. Will go a long way to help parents see sports as a career path. We've approved, under this president, the president has approved the first sports university in Nigeria. In various colleges, we see that sports is a discipline.
Okay.
We have sports medicine. We have digital sports. We have esports, etc.
Thank you very much.
And we're looking forward.
But I think the icing on the cake will be the approval of the National Sports Industry Policy. Sports has already been reclassified as a business away from recreation.
All right, all right.
This policy is supposed to deliver a working plan between the private sector and the federal government.
Mr. Sunday Dari, thank you.
So the
thank
funds
you.
that we lack so much
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you. Congratulations. BKO, GKB.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you.
Thank you for raising our screen.
For giving us our best Commonwealth Games
Congratulations.
ever.
In my
God
lifetime.
bless you.
I'm happy.
You've made me proud.
I'm happy.
SD Baba.
SD.
You've made me proud as your friend of
more
than 30 years. You made me proud.
Decades.
I will thank you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
GKB, thank you. And the maestro himself, Babajide Kolade, thank you. And that's our offering today. Join us for a repeat broadcast of this episode by 11 o'clock and join us every Sunday for Journalist Hangout on Sunday between 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Ozubaku. See you tomorrow and God bless Nigeria.
Following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Are your kitchen drawers starting to look like a bad garage sale? Steamers, rice cookers, roasters, slow cookers, and just how many pots and pans does one kitchen really need? And every time you cook, cleanup's a disaster. Scraping, scrubbing, what a chore. What if you could replace all this with one single non-stick pan? And what if this pan was innovative in design and made of the highest quality craftsmanship? And what if you could cook with it on the stove and in the oven?